So part of the DT refresh procedure is we have a cotton washcloth that we got from Target, and we have some alcohol, and what we're gonna do is we're going to soak this and we're gonna clean the caliper. I don't think this caliper has seen any cleaning in a long time, but the back of the caliper is really dirty and the side of it, and this is gonna be the first step we're gonna take to refresh our brakes. And the reason why we want it really wet is because this is brake dust. And as you can see, I'm wearing a mask. Because it's wet, it's able to capture the brake dust versus if it was dry. So we're gonna clean all around and then show you the finished product.
Ooh, what a difference. They are looking so fresh. Big difference, especially in the back, so dirty. Glad we're doing this. Okay, next, we remove the 10mm bolt from right here that holds this bracket. And then we disconnected the brake pad wear sensor. And then we removed the two T55 bolts. And then we hung up our caliper. And what we're doing is cleaning the inside of our caliper. Part of our refresh procedure is going to be to get a lot of this stuff that is gunked up here removed. And it does. And I have a cotton towel. I've got it damp, so if any dust flies up, it's gonna be catching a little bit of it. So you want a damp towel, and we're just gonna be cleaning all this off, all inside the caliper. It was so dirty in here, guys. All right, guys, we cleaned everything up and it looks good and it needed it. And we made sure we cleaned these pins and the boots and everything around. And we're now going to put our grease, we're gonna put it on the boot, on the outside of the piston, on these pins, and on the hardware and certain parts of the brake pad. Again, everything was very dry, dirty, and we're just refreshing our brakes before we have to change them. Our brake pads are low, but we still have a little bit of life in them. Okay, we have our lube. We bought this from Suncoast Porsche Parts, and this is the stuff that we're going to lubricate our brake parts with. So I've got everything greased up, and we're gonna put everything back together. So for both sides, I've had to move the pads back a little bit. So go ahead and loosen your brake reservoir, lay the top on top of it, and then back out the brake pads a tiny bit so you can put it back on the rotor. Even though we're refreshing our brakes, it's a good time to clean behind your fan. And I have this little brush. What I do is I push the rocks out, they fall on the ground. These are the items you will need to complete the job. We have the Castrol grease we got from Suncoast. We have our arm protector, which is really important. Otherwise, you're gonna get really dirty doing this job. And we have our Torx bits, which is really key to get the bolts off, T55 bolts. I'm gonna have all this in the description. So if you wanna get that to make the job easy, that would be awesome. And we're done. We even cleaned the barrel of the wheel, and everything just looks new, refreshed, and I truly believe that the squeaking went down by 50%, which is awesome, which makes sense. Everything's clean, re-greased, and I think this is just something you should do, you know, whenever you think is appropriate, but it's definitely a DT maintenance procedure we recommend. Thank you for watching, guys.